I mean, as I said, like, this record is all your colours, all your flags. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life. This record is fundamentally about you lot, and I finally belong somewhere. And when you finally belong somewhere, you figure out you got lungs for the first time.
Yeah.
And that you can breathe. And I'm just like, absolutely. I think music can have such an agenda, but I wanted to write this album for a fucking reason. This is an album of truth, and like, look how far we've come, man. And
Yeah.
like, we fucking exist, baby.
That is what it's about. And, you know, it's already been a crazy year, but you continue. Oh, we're having a little bit of Wi-Fi, but we're going to keep going because
No
I know you're going to pop
connection
up in a
again.
second.
It's all right.
But for everyone that's tuned in, we
Can
are
you all hear
talking
me?
to Young
Drop
Blood.
a black
He had
heart
already
if you can
mentioned some
hear me.
Wi-Fi stuff, but
The
we're going to keep
connection's gone
trying
a
to
bit
make
odd.
sure we don't lose him. Like he said, this is all about
Lads,
you
can we
guys, and he
check
finally feels like
the old
he has some
iPhone to
lungs
see if
and
people
can
can hear me?
really say and own up
Because
to who he
everything's
is and who he
frozen
gets
in
to
a
be.
very,
So
very
we're gonna let his
fun.
Wi-Fi load just a little
I'm
bit.
just trying
But
to see if
again,
it's
if you guys are
still
just tuning
frozen.
in, my name is Sibley Scholes. You're watching the show on
I
your
mean, I know you
phone.
can
This is
hear me because you're
Amazon
on the other
Music.
side
We
of the
are on
room as me.
Instagram Live. It's 10:07 Pacific Standard Time out here.
I
I'm in the
can't
West
hear
Coast
her
in
though.
Cali. If you are from somewhere else or wherever, drop a line
I ain't
right
got
now.
earphones
Send
in.
some questions in. Keep dropping the black hearts for
Oh,
Young
but I
Blood,
can't
and I'm
hear
going to try
anything.
to reconnect with him right now. Let's
Look,
see.
Tom, say hello to everyone.
As we do this.
Oh, yeah, that is
One
frozen.
second, guys.
That's a problem.
That is
Let's try again. Here we go. I'm going to make sure we get him in there. One more time. Here we go. All right, we're sending the request. Okay. You guys can see, oh, you can see and hear him. Okay, well, I just resent a request for him. Again, talking to you. There you
sorry,
are!
man. I think it might just be that, like, millions of miles of ocean in between us. I'm shouting across the room going, can you hear me? And everyone's like, yeah, we can hear you. Like, not in the room, I mean on the old internet and that.
Okay, well, listen. We don't want to drop you again, but we got to talk. I want to get into the fashion, like I said first, because you said so many profound things about the music, and we're going to get back to that. But I've got to talk about your fashion and your influence and how fashion and creativity and all of that come together with the music.
But I think fashion's so important to me because it's the words you say without even opening your mouth. You know what I mean? I think all I want to radiate that with my clothes and with this community of people that I literally belong to is there has never been a carbon copy of you. There has never been anyone like you. There never will be anyone like you. And you are individual and special just by existing and breathing. So never be afraid to wear what you want. Never be afraid to express yourself in any way you want. And if people don't like you for that, and they just got a lack of imagination.
Absolutely. And someone that I know that you've mentioned before in interviews, and you said David Bowie is someone, and he did that throughout his entire life, his career. He made sure, he's like, you're going to know who I am, and I'm not afraid to do what I have to do and be myself. Why was he someone that you look to?
Bro, it's literally it's like that guy. It's like, I want to be David Bowie when I grow up. Do you know what I mean? For me, that's legitimately it. And it's just like, he was a world builder. He couldn't exist in the real world.
Yeah.
So he built his own, and that's what we're doing, because Youngblood ain't me. Youngblood is all of us. Youngblood is every single person in this community. And it's like, I know it's been like a year to 2 years of us finding each other, but it feels like we're just getting started, man. This album feels like my debut, and I can't wait. It's everything I've wanted to say, because my first record was so angry because the way I would express myself and the clothes I would wear, people didn't want to know it, and people didn't want to relate to it. But at the end of the day, by finding you and by finding them, I don't have to hide behind a wall of angry insecurity, because if I know if I put my art on a plate, then someone stabs it, someone's going to plaster it up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But you know what? I love that you're unapologetically you.
But it's like that's what I'm saying. You just got to be unapologetically yourself, because that's all you can be.
Yeah.
If you're 80% yourself, then you're only going to find people who are 80% right for you. You just got to be 100% yourself, man. And just like be that
Everyone's
shit,
saying how adorable you are, and they're saying I feel you. So and they're dropping the black hearts all over the place.
These bad boys.
Yes, that's what I forgot. I was gonna put a little heart here, but I'll do that after. And I'll
send... we love, but I love your eye makeup anyway. Shout out to our eye makeup, everybody.
Thank you. Now we got a round of applause for you. I know you're hyped. We have the new album dropping tomorrow. But what time is it where you're at right now? You're 8 hours ahead?
It's literally 6 p.m. So it drops in the UK in 6 hours.
How does it feel like this is your first album? Why does it feel like this would be your debut? Because of everything that you went through?
Yeah, I think because again, it's like, it's everything I've wanted to say since I opened my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My first record was like, hello, is there anyone out there like me? And I found you lot. And then this album has legitimately been a journey.
Yeah.
I've traveled the world twice. I've met every single person. And every single one of them has just given me the confidence as much as them. You know what I'm saying? I think it's so mutual. With this whole project, with Yungblud, man, I wanted, like, let's redefine what a fucking artist is. I think coming off stage, you're getting in your Mercedes fucking Vito with a bottle of champagne is over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wish there was no stage. I wish there was no stage. I wish I could literally be in the crowd. I feel a bit jealous sometimes. Like, I want to fucking see the show. I want to see what you lot see. You know what I mean? And I think with it, we're just a community, and we're just growing every single day. It's mad. I can't even believe, like, because I just wanted to get into this to find some mates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like me like 3 million people. We got like a codependent relationship, and we bloody love it.
It's a whole family of people, and honestly, I have the way that your fans, and I will just call them your family and your friends from all over the world, support you and how you support them. It is a beautiful thing. I've got to get into the hype that I've been witnessing on your page with Travis Barker, Machine Gun Kelly. I feel like that's family as well for you. How exciting is it to be able to work with those individuals and just put out masterpieces that you love and you're proud of?
Bro, Kelsey's just been best mate. You know what I mean? And Travis has been on my bedroom wall all my life. Like, Travis has seen me do naughty things, you know what I mean, subconsciously, like through the poster. He's seen me do terrible things. But Kelsey's just my best mate. It was so weird. We're such like chalk and cheese. He's just such like an American dude, and I'm just like some cross-dressing British loudmouth. But we just literally got together, and we were just like, "You're sick." Like, me and Kels go get pasta together. Do you know what I mean? We're just like, "Do you want to go to the cinema tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah."
You two together is the duo that we all need.
Well, it's mad. And then it was like action like that. I just rang him the other day. I was like, should we just put it out? And he was like, hard. And Kel's got hard. Yeah, everything's like hard. Hard, bro. Hard. I was like, do you want to just put it out? And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. And then Travis was like, down for anything, just like shredding on kit.
Well, so you had Travis on your walls growing up. Obviously, Blink-182, huge, and just had so much fun. Every music video, every show you saw. I know you also, Warped Tour is probably something that you watched growing up. You are part of Warped Tour recently, and I want to talk Mars too, and get the behind and that story, just to reiterate to everyone who doesn't know where that song actually came from.
This song was the most important song I think I've ever written. And I think the most important piece of art I've ever made, because it's the most important story I've ever made. Because every time I think about it, man, I could cry my eyes out, because I met someone with the most courage I've ever met, and I've ever seen, and I've ever felt. And I can't even remember her face. I remember she had green lipstick and a green
Yeah.
matching duffel coat, and we were on wood chippings. I remember we were wood chippings on the floor. But she told me this story. She's a young transgender girl from Maryland, and
Mm-hmm.
she told me the story that her parents couldn't understand or couldn't fathom that she was, and in fact always had been, their daughter, their baby girl, and they thought this was some weird alienistic attention-seeking phase that she had kind of radiated for a reason that she was weird or different or a freak or just. And she said to me, she was like, I just needed to get my parents to a Youngblood show. And I was like, whoa, where did that come from? And she was like, it wasn't even just to see the show, it was to see the community and the people and the energy. And she said she saved up her money and she got good grades because that would give her parents no excuse but to come to the show. And the parents came, and I saw other people, and I saw other people like her. They saw the energy, they saw the defiance, they saw the reluctant, exactly what we are.
Right.
And that night they took her for a burger and accepted her as the baby girl, and I was just like that sense of, like, because Youngblood isn't me, Youngblood is us, and I'm so proud to like exist in a place where we can have an effect on someone's life like that, simply for what is right and what is good in this world, man. And I can't find her. I'm trying to find her right now, but I'm also
you can't
like, I can't find her. I can't find her.
Oh.
And maybe she doesn't want to be found. Maybe she like, and that's
Right.
her right to be under there. And I never want to exploit this, her the thing we had together. But I had to write about it, and I hope one day, my biggest dream is that I play like an arena, touch wood, in Maryland, and I'm there, and I know it's about her, and she's in the crowd, and she knows it's about her, and there's thousands of people singing this song, but we know, and they don't, and she knows that, and that's just like magic, man. You know what I mean?
And no, it's beautiful. You're gonna make me start crying, and there's people writing comments because it's not just. I think what we tend to forget is that music can take you somewhere and really let you be, like you said, yourself. You keep saying that, it's the truth, and we sometimes forget that about music, how powerful and how strong it can be to really give you yourself.
But that's what I'm saying. I think music can, like, as I said earlier, I think it can have such a shelf life right now.
Yeah.
It can have such an agenda and like whatever. And I love music, and it's sick, kind of like everything that comes with it, and the success and the billboards and the fucking plaques and blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that's awesome, and I'm always really grateful for that, and that's sick, and it's so amazing that people support you like that. But that's not what it's about.
Right.
For me, this is about every single person in these comments, and every single person at the shows, and every single person that's lying alone at 4 a.m. in the morning going, why the fuck am I not good enough? And I want my music to go in your heads and make you go, do you know what? I am fucking good enough, and I have a voice because you do.
Absolutely. Well, everyone is again dropping more black hearts for you. They are you're making people happy right now, and we're brightening spirits. And so that is a great thing. People said they want to give you a hug, and they're so thankful for you, Dom.
Bro, same, man. I'm just like cuddly as fuck tonight.
I want to talk the album though, and everything that's dropping. I know you're super excited. What else can we expect from it? What's the energy going to be like? What are we going to see? What visuals have been shot already?
I've been dropping all the email songs like recently. Like, you ain't got the rages yet. There's like some heavy rages. Like, people are going to get hurt, man. You got to be careful next year when we get vaccinated and get back to the gigs. Like, I just like, you got to look after each other. Because like, I know what y'all are like. You fucking... But it's like they're like bunny rabbits, man. They're just fucking bouncing around, and it's like war zone. I'm like, be careful, man.
Well, we see how you are. I watched you, and that one video is the best. And I have to ask you, how did you take off your shirt so quickly, your sweatshirt, when you're running through when we found out
I am
the
good at
election?
taking my clothes off quickly. No, I don't know, to be honest. I was like, wasn't thinking about it that much. And it was like, I heard the news and was just like, fuck, this is the best thing ever. Put my phone up, genuine like BBC News, bing, running down the street. I had a loose Palm Angels hoodie on. They gave me 20 quid to say that, by the way. No. And then I rip it off. And I was like, how the fuck did I get my hoodie off so fast? I'm asking the same questions as you.
Oh man, I love it. You don't even know either. It's just the energy. It's in you. It's in you.
It's just all angles.
How are you with all this energy dealing with what we're going through right now? How are you staying creative? Who else are you trying to work with? What else are we going to see? Like visually too, because I feel like your visuals are just next level.
I mean, as I say, like, I'm so lucky because I live with my photographer. My photographer's my best mate. He's legitimately my best mate. Don't let him know I said that.
I will.
He's like, so he's a genius, but we're not allowed to tell him that because I don't want him to get a big head. And I don't know. I just want to resonate the idea that just because we can't touch each other right now, don't mean we can't feel each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel so connected to you all right now because we're in the same position.
Yes, worldwide, we're all going through the same thing.
You know, and I'm just like, there's so much coming. Like, everyone thinks that this album's going to be it. Like, I've got something planned. Like, this is the charades game that's not involved in music. Do you know what I'm saying
Right.
as well? I got so much coming.
Do you have one song on the record that is the one where you're like, I can play this repeat? Do you have one favorite, or is it just the whole thing? You can't choose.
A lot of tunes I can play and repeat. Like, dude, I can't wait for you all to hear The Freak Show.
Freak Show?
There's a song called The Freak Show, and it's literally like Bohemian Rhapsody. It goes through like 5 key changes, and it's like the song at the end of the album. I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's just do something mad.
Yeah.
And there's a lyric at the end of the song that ends the album. It's like, times will change and you might break, but I will spend the rest of my life believing in you. And I'm literally screaming it. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to sing it live, man. It's like, ah! We have to like squeeze my balls or something.
Well, we'll be tuning in and see what happens with that. I'm sure you're going to figure something out.
That Freddie Mercury shit.
Yes. I have to see you live, by the way. So once this is all done and we're all good, I'm coming to see you live.
I would love that. Where are you right now? Are you in LA or?
Yes, I'm in Los Angeles. So
are you in Los Angeles, man? How is it out there? Is the sun shining in the sky?
The sun's shining right now. It's beautiful. It's just missing you, but that's why we're doing this. So this is good.
But I can't wait to get back to LA. Honestly, I'm just gonna run in and be like, England's back. United Kingdom is in Los Angeles.
I love it. I love it so much. And you know what? A lot of musical influence. I know we mentioned Bowie earlier. Talk about your pops, your father, because was he a big influence for you?
Yeah, man. My old man, he ran a guitar shop. So I was literally like, there's a picture of me outside the hospital, 6 hours old, in a car seat on my dad's shop counter with a Beatles ukulele across my knee. So I couldn't really have been an accountant.
This is true.
But that's where I learned guitar, in the shop. I saw all the cool kids with all the 18-year-old lads in there, and they had like nose rings in and that, and I was like, I want to be just like you. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, cool.
And did your father, I mean, obviously having that shop, did he teach you how to play? Did you just know musically because you were around it so much?
My dad don't play a note.
Really?
My dad's just obsessed with guitars. Like, if I ask my dad if I go, what's this guitar made, I can tell you what year it is, what colour it is, how many drugs have been sniffed off it, Anything. He can tell you anything about anything. I'm telling you. My dad will just like, you hand him a guitar and he's like, yeah, I know this, blah, blah, blah. This guy played it, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean?
Right. He can give you the history, but he can't play it. Okay.
He plays like like we call it the dad lick. He's like, and that's all he can play. I'm like, Dad, come on, man, it's getting a bit old now.
How many instruments do you play? Because we know you play a lot, and you're also obviously a songwriter, which, I mean, I love when an artist writes their own music. That is the key, that is the heart, but obviously bringing other people too. But what other instruments do you play besides the guitar?
I play piano, drums, guitar, bass, and the tambourine, if that counts. Anyone can play the tambourine, but fuck it, I round it up to 5. Then you get to round it up to 10.
And you taught yourself?
I taught myself piano.
Okay.
But I didn't teach myself guitar. The lads taught me that. All the lads in the shop were like, would be like to me, have you practiced? And I was like, yeah. And they'd be like, have you practiced? And then I'd pick up the guitar and I hadn't practiced. I was just like winging it. But it was all right. I was like, I don't know. I was just like, the reason why I got into writing songs was because I was a shit guitar player. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't play what they were teaching me. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to write them instead.
I mean, that makes sense too, because writing is musically, you hear it in your head, right? Like, how does the process work for you? Do you hear the words first? Do you hear the music?
I usually write the lyrics and the ideas, but then I usually run around a studio having a mad ADHD fit, screaming at people, being like, it needs to be like this. But like, oh, you did see footage of me in the studio. I literally look like I don't know, like a orangutan or something. I'm like, oh, like just running around, just like, what's up?
Who is the artist that you've yet to work with that you just are amazed by? They could be an artist that have, had a career already. They're new artists, up and coming artists. Who's someone that you've yet to work with?
Travis Scott, man.
Oh,
I love that. I just think, man, I think he's as punk as the fucking Sex Pistols. Like, yes. I get it, because it's like he built a culture in the same way that the Beastie Boys did, that Dre did, that the Pistols did, that Bowie did, that Gaga did, that Manson did, because he was touching a nerve. And I would love to do something with him, because I think our two worlds coming together, it's the same thing, yet different instrumentation.
No, you know what? And you're right. As soon as you said Travis Scott, I remember seeing him a few years back when he was at Complex Con. He's climbing walls. He's losing it. And I remember he wasn't even first to go on or last. He was somewhere in the middle. It was still very early on. And I said, this kid is just amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just about energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just about energy. That's all it's about. And building cultures and building worlds. And then everything else comes second.
Do you want to give your fans a virtual hug? Everyone's saying, can we get a virtual hug? I don't know how you do that.
A cuddle. Give a nice little cuddle, man. Get in there, sick puppies. I felt that.
I love it so much. I want to play a rapid fire with you, but before we get into that, I'm trying to figure out what I can talk to you about as far as this album, because I don't want to give away too much, and I know you don't, because we have to just play it. Should everyone listen from track 1 to the end? Is there anything they should skip to? What should they do?
Nah, that's exactly it. This is very much an album. Like, as I say, some people know I delayed the release date because of COVID, and it was like the fan base is getting so much bigger. I was told that it might not be able to get to places like Latin America and Asia on time. That's why I delayed it, because I was ensured by if I brought it out to tomorrow, that it would get there in time, because this is a world. This is an album that you have to listen to. It's like Dark Side of the Moon. You can't skip Song of Dark Side of the Moon, can you?
Yeah.
Like, or you go to like, you miss the moon, man. You know what I mean? You end up in fucking Barbados or something. You know what I mean? You want to be on the moon.
Yes.
Sorry, I sometimes talk mad weird shit, but
I get it.
I was just like, this album, you got like tonight, everybody, and spread the word, BHC. When it comes out at midnight, listen to it start to finish. I know you've been living with some of the songs already, but please listen to this start to finish because it's a story. And then listen to it again because I've left little bits of jazz in there. So see if you can work them out. And there's little clues for the future as well. It's very deep.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying.
Deep.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I want to know.
It's not just very deep in this.
We have to listen to it a few times to really get the full juice out of it. We're going to keep going and going. Before, again, we're still doing this rapid fire. Take your drink of water. I'm going to have some water too. Or I don't know what you're drinking, but.
Yeah. Lager.
Okay, water. It's water. What was the moment that you said, I know you already said you couldn't be an accountant, the music was too much into your life, but what was the moment that really stood out to you in your career so far? Because this is a big deal, this album for you and everything that you've put before this. But where was the moment that you said, hey, this is my life. This is what I need to do. This is who I am, and this is what I need to do.
I remember Amsterdam, the Melkweg. Right, we were in the UK. We hadn't even been to America yet. Not even touched it. It seemed like a different planet to me because I'm from Doncaster. It's like a tiny town in the north of England.
Yeah.
And no one even would write anything about us in the UK. No one would even say we were shit. I wish people would be like, worst thing in the world.
Anything.
Shite. No one would say anything. I was like, come on, man. And I was living with my guitar player and my drummer in a 2-bedroom flat. Adam my guitar player was living in the living room, and it was literally like live wires on the wall, a bucket for the fucking damp, the drips. It was like drip, drip, drip. If Adam brought a girl home, I'd literally walk in the morning with like, going to get a cup of tea, like, morning, sorry, just get a cup of tea. But then we like flew to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And 150 kids turned up, sold out, and we were like, and they were lining up in the homemade. We didn't have any merch out yet. They had homemade Youngblood t-shirts. Wow. And then I literally remember, and some of the kids who were still at the Dutch shows. Like I remember it from the first shows, and then we drove to Cologne in Germany. 100 kids turned up. Hasselt, Belgium. 100 kids turned up.
Yeah.
Hamburg, 150 kids turned up. Paris, 70 kids turned up. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And it was so organic. So we got like 2 songs out. Back to the UK. 100 kids turned up. Someone heard us on the radio in America on like a shitty radio station in the north of England. We're like, yo, you should come over to America, play school night.
What?
Came to America, 60 quid in my account. There's like every music exec in town. And I'm just like, shit. Wow. And my manager comes up to me and goes, oh yeah, by the way, every music exec in town's on the front row. I go to the toilet, throw up. I'm like, ugh. And then here we are.
Yo, that is the best story ever.
Bro, it was mad. I was just like, what? But that's what I'm saying. It's never been a song, one song, or something that's just made us go like this. It's always been about people. Youngblood is about people of every sexuality, of every colour, of every size, of every shape, of every fucking point of view. Yes, it's got a little fucking punk safety pin bow on top, but it's like, it's about people and everyone feeling like if your family, if your friends, if your fucking teacher, if the fucking government don't accept you, we will, and we will fucking win in the end.
That's what it's about, doing it together, winning in the end, and that's what it's about. Again, man, I am so excited to keep talking to you about everything. I wish we had more time, but again, we get into the rapid fire. Knowing that story of behind the scenes, I really do hope that also helps a lot of people out who are trying to do anything in their life and they feel like it's not working the right way. You got to do it on your own way, your own terms.
Well, absolutely, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you're fucking brilliant by simply breathing. You're individual as fuck. You're
Yeah.
indie as fuck, man.
I love when you do the different voice. I love when you do the American accent.
Sorry, man. I'm like 17 different people. I'll tell you one minute.
Listen, I can do that too. I love
Oh,
it.
yes!
Okay. We're somebody different every day. Here we go. Are you ready, Youngblood, to do this
I'm
rapid
shitting
fire?
myself. Yeah, go on, hit me. Hit me.
Okay, here we go, guys. Number one, and it's going to be rapid, so it's quick. Whatever comes to the top of your head. Favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's your most irrational fear? Ooh.
Spiders.
Yes. Is there
Little
a color?
bastards.
Is there a color you've yet to dye your hair?
Green.
You haven't done green yet?
No, I haven't done green. I was like Joker shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I did see that. That was dope. If you could attend any concert in any era, who would you see perform?
Oh, Sex Pistols, 1978 in the UK.
Hello. Do you see my handle? Sib_vicious. Hello.
I love
Obsessed.
that. I'm following you after this.
Yes, we got to talk. I used to live in London too, by the way, Brixton. We'll talk about that later. Yes. Okay, here we go. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? Someone gave you.
Shit. Don't let your mum know. Your mum knows the cigarettes under your pillow, so hide them.
You put cigarettes under the pillow?
Yeah, my mum knew. She fucking knew. My whole life. She was like, when I moved out, she was like, you know, by the way, you've had cigs under your fucking pillow. I was like, so she knew the whole time.
Moms know. What is something that is really popular now, but in 5 years, everyone will look back and be embarrassed?
Oh, really popular now, but in 5 years, we'll be embarrassed. Fucking hell, I'm going to get in trouble here. Crocs. The fuck's up with them? The fuck is up with them?
What's
like
one thing?
What are you wearing? A speedboat? A fucking submarine on your foot?
They are kind of big, right? They're a little big, but
they're
hey,
kind of
Crocs,
massive.
we love you.
I was like, what the fuck are you wearing? Like, someone tried to put them on me. I was like, get them fucking things away from me. I'm not like looking at. It looks like a fucking. It looks like a fucking thing when you dye your hair and get highlights and fucking orb, like some mad fucking. What's that guy? What's that alien guy with the massive blue head? The massive blue head. Megamind.
Oh!
Like fucking Crocs like fucking Megamind. Sorry, anyway, carry on.
I love you. We just went on a whole tangent about Crocs. Okay, can you share something that you've learned about yourself this year that surprised you?
Can I share something I've learned about myself this year that's deprived me?
No, surprised.
Surprised me. I'm actually really good at cooking, you know.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
But I make this like mad French creamy chicken thing that I kind of made up myself, and it's kind of really fucking good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to taste that too. Look, we got a lot to do. I gotta eat with you.
Dude, I'm vibing. We can have that in Brixton. I'm down.
Yeah,
I love that you used to live in
I haven't
Brixton.
been in a while.
That just give me so much more clout. Like, we're gonna be mates now. I can tell.
Yes, and it was like Brixton back in the day. Okay, here we go. Most random or useless talent that you may have.
I can get an after eight or a biscuit cookie from my forehead to my lips without touching it.
You don't have any biscuits around, do you?
Yo, has anyone got any biscuits? I'm sorry, asking, do we have anything similar to a biscuit?
That could go down? You could do that?
They're going to look in, yeah, it's all right. I mean, probably not now, and I'm under fucking pressure. Have we got anything? No. What's granola? I said a biscuit, not granola.
A piece of granola?
No, I can't. I ain't got. No, I can't do it with that. I can't do it with a breadstick. Like a fucking hot dog.
Oh.
It's fine. It's all right. You have to trust me. I can do it.
We'll come back. We'll come back. Do you have any pets? Do you have anything? I feel like you
no,
have
I want a little puppy though.
have?
I want a puppy, but we always got on tour, so I think it'd be cruel if I left it and that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gotta be a tiny puppy to take with you.
I think I want a little Frenchie. Do you know what I mean? I want a little Frenchie, little French bulldog to come with me, a little black one. About bring it on tour. Yo, we're getting a dog.
Sold. Done and done. Get that dog. Make the dog happen. Okay, we got 3 more of these. Ready? If you could have any career outside of entertainment, I know you mentioned not an accountant. Outside of entertainment and music, what would you want to do?
An archaeologist.
Really?
Bro, I loved history. I loved history. I loved it. My teacher, I remember my history teacher, fancied her a little bit, to be honest. She said to me, she was like, why are you going to study music? You should be going to study history. I was like, in another life, I could have been like finding mummies and shit.
I like that. You can always do that later.
I love that someone just said, name your puppy Spike. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to call my puppy Spike. Spike,
a little
come here.
Black Frenchie Spike. There you go. What's your last meal ever going to be?
If I was going to die.
Well, we don't want to use that word, but let's just say, what would be your last meal?
So my last meal, if I was going to die, we're not allowed to use that word. So if I was going to... my last meal, steak and chips, man, with a pint of lager.
Oh, yeah, that's it. The right back down to the basics. That's what you need. Okay.
Steak, chips, and a pint of lager.
There you go. Is there anything else that you want to tell the Youngblood Army, the fans out there, and even the new people that are coming on who've been under a rock and didn't know who you were, and now they're like obsessed and in love, just like the rest of us?
Hello, everybody. I'm Youngblood. If you know me or not, nice to meet you. My album comes out tonight at midnight, wherever you are, 9 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. This album means everything to me. You lot mean everything to me. This album's about you. I wanted to write an album for the weirdest years of our lives. I hope it provides answers, but then also questions at the same time. Look after each other. I'll see you at midnight. I'm going to be on a live at midnight as well, so come, tell your fucking mates, stay up. Pour yourself a drink of water or naughty water. It's fucking...
It could be whatever, as long as you're drinking with us. I love you so much. It's been so good talking to you. I'm excited. Everyone is saying hello. They love you. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. The show on your phone with the one and only Youngblood. Congratulations on this new album. I'm so excited.
Stream weird. See you later. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys are staying safe.